I just watched the Christopher Robin movie, and I know that came out forever ago, but I just now watched it, and it was so good. I'm a huge Winnie the Pooh fan. And so this devotional is actually kind of coming from the direction of Christopher Robin. And let me just say, if you just want to watch the art and what I'm creating, just hit the mute button. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Just watch the art. You're totally welcome to do that. Otherwise, keep the sound on and let's jump into it. There's a scene in the movie where Christopher Robin is taking Winnie the Pooh back to the 100-acre woods. They're on the train, and Pooh is asking questions, and Christopher Robin finally says, "Could you please just entertain yourself for a little bit?" So Winnie the Pooh starts playing a game, Say What You See. Isn't that interesting? Because my brain went off on this whole other tangent. Imagine that. If you can say what you see, literally right now, in front of you, around you, if you can say what you see, then you are literally, I keep saying literally, sorry, I do that all the time. You are grounding yourself in the truth. You're grounding yourself in what God has provided for you right now. You're not looking at the past and you're not looking at the future. And don't jump into, oh, this is a gratitude thing. I'm not going to gratitude right now. Okay, that's great, fun and dandy, but that's not where I'm going. What I'm saying is you're grounding yourself firmly in the present. So you're seeing what God has already done for you and you're standing. It's almost like you're standing on scripture. I know you've heard that said before, but you're really looking at where you are right now and taking stock of everything around you and what has God done for you. And it's this be still and know. You have to know in order to be grateful. You have to be present, alive, and being in a relationship with Christ. Okay, so it's kind of the difference in you go out to coffee with a friend and you're there, but you're on your phone scrolling the entire time. So you're there, but you're not actually paying attention to the friend. It's the difference in that and leaning in, listening, being intently, fully present. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying say what you see. So you spend the time with your friend absolutely in every second saying, quote unquote, what you see, and then comes the gratitude. When you're with the friend, you spend time with them, you get to pay attention to the way they say things, their body language. You can kind of get to know and understand their likes and their dislikes and their expressions and the words that they use. So you can say what you see with them because you see clearly who they are. This is the relationship with Christ. You be still, you know, you quote unquote say what you see because you're seeing life through Christ. So then you begin seeing and hearing new directions, new thoughts, things you know are not from you, but things you recognize are from Christ because you're created in God's image, because you have a relationship with Him. You can understand the desires of His heart. Seeing what you say is just faith. It's trusting God to give you the desires of your heart because He put those desires there, because He knows the plans He has for you, which is, of course, Jeremiah 29:11. So then the question becomes, are you willing to accept His plans and blessings for you? Because He knows what He has for you, and it's only good. It's only the best. It's above and beyond anything you could imagine, guess, or request in your wildest dreams, which is Ephesians 3:20. So how much are you willing to accept? And is what you're seeing right now, can you recognize that as His blessing, that He's already provided this much? How much more is He going to provide for you? Okay, there's another scene in the movie that is darling, and it's when Christopher Robin's daughter, Madeline, and Pooh and Piglet and Eeyore, no, not Eeyore, Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, and yes, Eeyore, sorry, got that wrong. They're all coming back to London on the train, and Pooh says, let's play the game, say what you see. So Piglet looks out the window and he says, I see scary and bad and oh my goodness. And he's terrified. And Tigger looks out the same window and with exuberance, he says, danger, adventure, excitement. I'm probably getting these words wrong, but you know, Tigger, everything is adventurous to him, which, you know, by the way, Tiggers are the best at dangerous, exciting adventure. Just ask him. This is my point. Piglet and Tigger look out the same window and see very different things. When Pooh played the game by himself, he just saw. He identified and kept watching without really a lot of emotion. He was at peace. He saw what was there. He saw what was being provided. He was comfortable because he knew Christopher Robin was going to take care of everything. Isn't that where we're at? We can be Pooh and comfortable and Tigger and excited, or we can be Piglet and be terrified. If I say what I see right now, I see a coffee cup, paint, my phone, a notebook, my studio. I'm being very observant, but I didn't see these things 8 years ago. I had to come to the place I could see what I said. I had to trust. I had to be Tigger and Pooh and not Piglet. And the funny thing is, about 8 years ago, I created a picture, and I'll drop it in here, and it was just one that I had created. And a couple of years ago, I found that picture, and you know what's amazing about this picture? That picture that I drew is actually my reality now. So if you say what you see and you have the faith that God is giving me all of these things right now that I have in front of me, and then I see what I say because God gives me the desires of my heart. And I'm not saying, oh, name it and claim it. Poof, there it is. I'm saying, God, what is it that you had for me? Let me see these things. Let me say these things and let me believe you, because God calls forth those things that are not. He's still doing that. He does it in your imagination. And if you can imagine this, if you have Him in your life, if you have this relationship with Him and you can imagine the future and ask Him what He has for you, then He's going to show you and He's going to bring it about step by step. And you're going to look back like I've done with these two pictures and go, holy cow, I had no idea that was going to be what my future was. I'm going to drop the links to these little clips for these videos from Christopher Robin in the description below. And I'm going to challenge you to say what you see. And I'm going to challenge you to see what you say.